Hi everybody, this is a new tutorial to answer the question how to import a JSON file into a Neo4j database. So we are dealing with Neo4j desktop, and some of you have asked after the first video, which is about how to import a CSV file into Neo4j. Importing CSV files is almost straightforward. Yet this dealing with a knowledge graph imported via a JSON file isn't that straightforward. Why? Because if you um, let's say establish some project called test.json and set up a password 1 2 3 4 5 6 let's create it. You might need to test with APOC. And then there is this plugin APOC, and the issue with that is that you aren't able. It depends on the Neo4j, of course, version. This is 5.24, and whenever you start this, we will see it in seconds. You can see that there is a possibility to install APOC as an extension, as a plugin. Yet, in my case, at least after installing APOC, I couldn't manage to change the settings like I did with the CSV file topic. And so this has led me to trying to locally search for apoc.conf file. I didn't also find it. I tried also doing this via making an own apoc.conf file and trying to type in some settings. It didn't work for my case also. So the simplest way, and I mean really the simplest way to avoid setups like these ones, which don't work with APOC, as I said, is to use Python. And by using Python, I mean this is we will deal with this database as a server and write a client in Python. So for this, I will open a new terminal, and then I will make some virtual environment using UV. So then I will install some dependencies, and we need to activate our virtual environment. Then we will add pandas and Neo4j. These are the two libraries, and I guess almost okay, I need to initialize it first of all, and then I am able to UV add pandas and Neo4j. So since I'm using pandas, I guess you can easily imagine what I'm about to do. And this is the Neo4j, the data I'm using, which is a JSON file. And this might not be the optimal JSON file, since this is a list of dictionaries, but you can do whatever you want and however you want it. It's up to you how to organize your data, in which format you want to collect. This is a very simple data set. You have entity 1, relation 1, entity 2, relation 2, and then entity 3. You can imagine this being like a triplet, and it goes in one way direction. These nodes or these triplets are independent from each other, just for the sake of the demonstration. Now what we need to do, I'm going to open a new terminal, and I don't need this anymore. So this main function is about to be changed. Populate Neo4j, and I don't need this. I will instead import pandas as PD. Then what I need is also to have the Neo4j graph database. From Neo4j import graph database, and now I'm going to read the data. Data equals to pd.read JSON, and this is very straightforward. This is the simplest and to me the easiest solution. Data sample that JSON, and yeah, so we can make up the data frame using the data as input. Then what we do is also to print the data frame. So this is it. Let's try this out and see if this has worked. And yeah, so this is it. We have just transformed this data to the table, which is, if you have seen again my previous video about importing the CSV file into Neo4j, you will see or notice that this is almost the same format and the same data. Now what we need, you can notice here, if we click here, we have the IP address and the bold port, which is this one. It's something which is standard almost in every local database. The difference is, of course, your username and the password you set up. For this, I will use the URI, so I need to define the credentials to be able to connect. And here I need bold, like this one, then the local host, and the port, which is 7687. And then the user is, I would say this should be test JSON, and the password, as we said, is equal to 123456 AAA. Now what we need to do is to connect driver equals to graph database dot driver, and then we need the URI, simply the URI, and the authentication is equal to user and password. Let's check this if there is anything. No, this is not finished yet. Maybe we could print the driver. Let me check. Okay, so this is just the object, which is not interesting. And then now we need the Cypher query. The Cypher query, which is equal to, we need to merge, in our case, the entity 1 which is defined as an entity, and we need to define the name, and this is entity 1. We also need to do the same for all the entities, so copy paste makes it easier, and we just need to change the numbers, and here we go, we got our relationships. Now we need to define the entities, and now we need to define the relationships, and here we go, we need to merge also, and from E1 we need to go like this, and this depends, of course, on how we define our relationships, and hence the percentage S, and this is E2, and we copy it again and change 2 to 1 to 2 and 2 to 3, and this is our complete Cypher query for our case. Again, what we have is this very simple triplet, and it's just repeated again. So now what we need is to push and run the Cypher query with driver.session. We do have as session, we do have, we will iterate over the rows of the data frame for row in df dot iter rows. We will session dot run, and now here's the execution of the whole script. So we need to do something like this Cypher query, and we need to define our rows, or the content of the rows as said before, row rel1, and uppercase this, and now we need the row, or the value of this row, and we can do it like that. So we then define the entities again. Entity 1 equals to, which acts, of course, like a dictionary value or key, entity 1, and this is repeated again. So it depends, of course, on your data. This is only very simple, and yeah, so we can, in the end, once this is done, print data pushed to Neo4j. So let's try this out. Oops. The client is unauthorized due to authentication failure. Okay, Neo client error security. So this authentication error, which means that maybe this is something wrong. There is something wrong here. And 77687 and okay, let's try Neo4j here. And okay, all right, so this is done. Great. And here we go. So we should be seeing something like this. And this is it. So we have pushed successfully our JSON file into the Neo4j database, and you can, of course, you can see that this the relationships are perfectly defined. We don't have any shadowed relationships in the way they are shown is perfect. So element and this is what we exactly need. I don't know why it didn't work with test JSON. If you do know, please let me know in the comment section below, because this is something I personally don't understand. And my understanding, it belongs to the defined test JSON project. Maybe, all right, maybe this could be something, the project name, and this should be the user or client name, server name, sorry. But anyway, this has worked successfully, and in my opinion, this is the easiest way to do it. Otherwise, you will have to deal with unnecessary things like APAC and doing some stuff and configuring, etc. You notice that we didn't configure anything, and um, yeah, this is the best solution in my opinion. So thank you for watching this little tutorial. I hope this finds you well, and I hope that this solution helps you as a turnaround, or let's say some little hack, solve your problems with JSON. In the meantime, I would be happy if you subscribe to the channel, and of course, if you like the content, just hit the thumb up and share the video with your friends. Until the next time, happy learning, and thank you for watching the video.